So Hillary Clinton is now weighing in on the Kavanaugh controversy, saying that his accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, deserves the benefit of the doubt, an investigation, and due process. Watch.
You had concerns at the time, your husband certainly had concerns at the time, that he never really had due process to defend himself from allegations like this. Have we learned anything over the years about due process, not just for the accusers, but also for the accused?
Well, I think that you have to take each of these situations, sort of on their own merits. And what we have today is a process that has been rushed, that has been deliberately opaque. And yes, there should be due process for everyone involved.
My next guest takes some issue with those comments. Juanita Broaddrick says Hillary Clinton had a far different response when she came forward in the 1990s, accusing former President Bill Clinton of raping her while running for governor of Arkansas in 1978. Here now exclusively tonight is Juanita Broaddrick. Juanita, good to see you. Thanks for being here. What goes through your mind when you hear her talk about due process and fairness for the accused and the accuser?
Oh, the first thing you think about is she didn't give it to me. She didn't give it to Kathleen Willey or Paula Jones. She didn't give that to any of us. She's asking for things that she denied the victims of her husband.
And you also say that not only did she not acknowledge what you were accusing her husband of, but that she intimidated you. And this is a soundbite, a clip from an interview that you did a while back, explaining that I think it was the day after you claim you were raped by her husband, what her exchange was with you. Watch this.
She grabbed a hold of my arm and my hand, and she pulls me into her, and she says with this very angry look on her face, which had been so pleasant seconds before, and in a low voice says, "Do you understand everything you do?" And that frightened me. At that moment, and I have to go by what I felt then, and the look that she gave me, I felt like she knew. And
that
she was
raped you.
Yes, and that she was telling me to keep quiet.
You felt she was warning you to shut up.
Oh, yeah. She was so nice when she first said it to me. I was at a fundraiser that I had taken information up there. I was never going to stay for that. But she caught me before I left. And she comes up very friendly and says, you know, Bill and I are just so appreciative of everything you do. And then her voice changed, and that's when she said what she did. It frightened me, Martha. Yeah. It really did.
You also say that when you look back at all of that period, when you were making your claims, that Dianne Feinstein was among those who refused to even read your deposition. So what do you think about all of this now?
Oh, it's absurd. Not one Democrat would look at my deposition with the independent counsel.
Why not? What was the reason that you were given? I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely, they did not want to know about it. It's just like Senator Ted Stevens said when he was in the committee. He said, I don't care if he raped her, got up and shot her dead, you're not going to get the votes. Now, that was in Shipper's book, Sellout.
Incredible. You know, you talk about how long ago your allegation was. It's only about 4 years different, I think, than the allegation against Brett Kavanaugh right now. And you tweeted out, if you want the FBI to go back that far, basically, let's investigate my situation as well, right?
Oh, exactly. Why not? You know, everybody says, well, it was litigated and adjudicated. My case was never litigated. It was never adjudicated. It never went to court. I was never discredited.
So let me ask you this. When you hear the parameters that are being set, they really want to do this vote next week. What do you think about this woman, this accuser? Does she deserve more than she's getting right now from the senators in terms of speaking her mind, or is what they've offered her appropriate in your mind?
I feel like it's very appropriate. I feel like she should come Monday, or let them come to her and let her tell her story. If they feel like there's more investigation that needs to be done, do it. But I think she should come and tell her story.
You think back on your case and the Bill Clinton cases, and obviously, so much has changed. Now we're in the Me Too movement. It's almost like it's completely opposite, because back then, no one, so many people refused to believe you. Now it feels like you can make an accusation and everyone is supposed to believe you. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the Me Too organization is for liberal women or liberal men that have been sexually assaulted. I don't think it includes the Clinton victims at all. I don't think they want us in that. Me Too may help some people, but it certainly has no advantage for me.
I think it's a good lesson, because we do need to look at these situations with an open mind, and we have to understand that lives get destroyed on both sides of the equation, in terms of the guilty party and who the innocent party is. What would be your message for her tonight as she contemplates whether or not she should go to that hearing on Monday?
She needs to think exactly what happened. Was it really Brett Kavanaugh that she can remember? She needs to get her story straight, and she needs to be able to recount. I can't imagine being a 15-year-old girl and not telling anyone about it.
So that surprises you, that she didn't share it with anyone. You shared it with several people?
Yes. Yes. I know I was 35 at the time, but it's just a young girl. I can't imagine her not going home, telling her parents, telling someone.
Anita,